Hello, everybody. Welcome to Connections, a podcast series that offers bits of information and inspiration about education and recreation. I am your host, Dr. Jenny Stepanek. Today's episode is going to feature Jackie Zamora and ZamDance. This is an amazing leader, an organization with a mission to empower individuals with diverse abilities by creating a safe and supportive environment and space where they can explore the art of dance and enhance their physical and emotional well-being. Before I officially introduce Jackie, I want to give you just a sense of who Jackie is and what ZamDance does for people. So I'm going to share my screen and show you a quick video. Here's ZamDance, and here's the video.
Pump the jam, pump it up while your feet are stumping. And the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, cause that's where the party's at, and you find out if you do that. I want to play.
So that's just a taste of Jackie in action and ZamDance. So Jackie, welcome to our podcast. And tell us a little bit, who is Jackie Zamora and what is ZamDance?
Well, let me just say thank you very much for having me. This is truly a blessing. I'm actually I was born in the Dominican Republic, raised in Brooklyn, New York. Came to this country at the age of 10. I've always loved to dance. Dance has always been part of my life. ZamDance was just something that I thought about, working in the schools, the Ivy Mount School, Kennedy Krieger. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to introduce dance to individuals with disabilities only because I knew that this could basically change their lives. They can become creative. And I did that just by sitting down, thinking about it. And I started my first class September 28, 2013. And it was all by word of mouth. The parents kept telling me this. We met this person that has this amazing energy. Oh my God, you have to see her in action with our kids. And it just started happening every Saturday. It was always one new parent. Then one parent, her name is Whitney Ellenby, came, and I found out that she had like 500 families that followed her. She used to do her events. When she told everybody, that was it. ZamDance just started.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, I've been to some of your sessions. I've participated in your online sessions and some of your in-person sessions. Tell us a little bit about who participates. Who are your usual participants in a class?
I mean, I would say all my children that come in, with autism, Down syndrome, children, and adults too, in wheelchairs. It's pretty much everybody. Even the parents participate. I mean, you cannot just stand there and not join the class because the music is so good. I mean, I play good music, and you know that, Jenny. You've been to my events. And it's also just that energy. I'm in the present with all of them, and they feel that energy. So everybody participate. We have all abilities. How about that?
All abilities. What age groups do you work with?
I would say 10 and up, all the way up to 65-year-old.
Very good. When you work with people with various abilities, different abilities and different challenges, do they ever come with support staff, or well, you said parents sometimes come and stay, but do people ever come with their support teams?
Sometimes, you have a lot of caretakers that come in, but most of the time, once they come inside the class, they're very independent. I mean, you'll be surprised. And that's what the parents look at. I mean, they're like, oh my God, I'm going to stay in the back. Or even the caretakers, they're watching.
Great. So tell me, so I come to a ZamDance class. Tell me what I would expect. What happens first? What happens in the middle? how do you wind down after like all this energy? And how long is a session?
Well, the session is 1 hour high impact
Wow.
dance. I'm
Wow.
talking about this is not an easy class. It's an intense class. When you walk in, the first thing that parents usually do, they look very shocked, but then they start watching how everyone is having so much fun. So what I do is I come up to them and I welcome them with a smile, and I, observe, the participant. I make sure that that participant feels comfortable, and the way I do that is by just being calm, clapping, doing a movement, a simple movement, while the others are basically dancing. Because the good thing about ZamDance is that a lot of my leaders with disabilities can teach the class. So I somehow I'm able to go and speak to that one parent and then welcome that one student. And guess what happens? He starts moving or she starts moving. And it becomes from the beginning to the middle and the end. And then there's a celebration after that because it works out. There's a lot of the confidence is there. And they come back and sometimes they even become leaders. I mean, this is just the way it works. It's a
Right.
natural feeling, it's a natural thing filled with so much energy, so much passion, because you have to have the passion.
Right.
And you have to, because remember, when it comes down to individuals with disabilities, you have to show them that they can feel safe. And the way to do that is by the way you give them that energy. And it's all about energy. That's all it is, energy.
How do your participants respond to, let's say, their first session, first time they come in? What is the average response?
I mean, sometimes it takes it takes some time for them to just get into the groove. You know what I mean? But it happens naturally. It's something that at first, it could be a little loud. The music can be a little loud. So I try to lower the music, but I always suggest for them to bring the parents to bring headphones. But it all depends of that one individual. I mean, if they're ready for that first class, they'll get it. But if they need more time, they'll come back, and then you'll see something magical happens. It always does.
And I'm going to show another little video montage here. And then we're going to talk a little bit more. Let's go to this.
All right.
So we're going to go here. And what we're going to see is a couple of different little short clips of you doing some one-on-one with different participants, different members of your class.
Llama la atención. Ella se aprovechó, baila con sentido, como pingüino, para que tiene muy.
Pump the jam, pump it up while your feet are stumping. And the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, cause that's where the party's at, and you find out if you do that. I want to play.
What I really like about this is when I look at those series, you have a young man who has a physical challenge, and you're calling attention to his success. You're pointing at his feet, dancing as he's in a walker. And then you role model for somebody else. You don't make anybody go down on the floor. You don't make them dance. You encourage dancing. You draw them in. And what I really love is in your classes when you line them up on two sides and you have that everybody gets a spotlight. Everybody has an opportunity to dance down the line. And sometimes you lead or role model for some of the participants who are a little more hesitant or new or bashful. And others that just come in doing whatever, you come in and you follow their lead. You let them be the leader. And I just find that fascinating. What is the benefit? What are the benefits? It's not one, but what are some of the benefits of participating in a ZamDance class?
I mean, number one is just it's about staying physical fit, the joy, also the happiness that you get from this. It's just something that you have to do just to stay healthy. And you know, they don't get to exercise every day. They don't get anything like this. That when we exercise, we feel good, we feel healthy. I mean, I introduced this program. It was more for that, and also for them to feel safe, to have a place in where they feel welcomed. What you saw there, it's just me. I'm being in the moment with them, and I'm also when I watch the videos, I am so happy, Jenny. I don't even believe that I can do that. Like I'm standing, I'm watching this. I'm like, I did that? Like, how is that even possible? And then I call it the Soul Train line. I'm from New York. I grew up watching the Soul Train. So I call this the Soul Train line. And they know they need to feel, that they also are somebody. They need to feel special. And that's what I want. I want them to feel like, you belong here. You matter. You matter. And we're going to do this through music and dance. Because if I feel confident, of course, I'm going to be doing something like this because I want them to feel the same. Because they're always pushed to the side. No, I am going to be that voice for them. And I'm doing it through music and dance. And guess what? It's so much fun. They go home happy. But it's not just them. It's the parents too. It's for everybody. It's one community.
Yeah.
One community. That's all it is.
Yeah. What are the parents? What is their feedback to you after classes?
Sometimes they come up to me with tears. My son did that. I cannot believe it. Oh my God, Jackie, what you do is amazing. And I say, I do it for them and for you. Because, I mean, just last Saturday, I have one of my leaders, after the pandemic, he stopped moving. He stopped dancing. Last Saturday, well, I kind of hurt my leg. And he kind of, he felt, it's like, you know what, Jackie, I'm going to leave. He was teaching the whole class because he knew that I was hurt. Okay? His father, you had to see his smile. I was actually crying inside because I was just watching John and the way he was just so happy, and he was recording him. Oh my God, you did it. Look at you. And just to see that, Jenny, you have no idea what happens to me.
I do. I see the joy. I've been to your sessions, and the relationship between you and even your new students and the families, and they look up to you, they trust you. You enter their world. You enter their world. You don't ask them to enter your world. You bring your world to them, give it to them, and enter their world with your world there. And it's just a beautiful relationship. What do you see is the relationship between music and dance and disability?
That's a good question. I mean, I love music, right? And I love to dance. I am the person who's not going to doubt that they're not able to do what I do. You see, because I love it so much, they have learned to love it too. I've introduced dance and music in such a way that is so it's at a different level. It's hard to explain. You have to be there to see it. Even when Bella, one example, Bella's the one that was moving her hips side to side with the merengue. When she first came into my class, and this was in 2014, okay? 2014, Bella was in the back with headphones on. The music was just too loud. Guess what? 2 years later, Bella was in the front.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
so what does music? Music is doing something great. ZamDance is doing something great for Bella. Bella today has her spot. She loves when I play merengue. She loves merengue. I introduce merengue to my participants, and they are actually responding to it to a point. And once I play that music, forget about it. It's a party.
Forget about it. That's beautiful. How do you prepare for ZamDance? First of all, what is your education and experience that you bring to ZamDance, and how do you prepare for these intense sessions?
So I started working. My first job was at JCC. It was for their camp. They have for young adults with disabilities, and that was my first job. So I was a counselor. So I already had that training there. Then from there, the Ivy Mount School, and we know that is one of the first. I mean, it's a great school for only for individuals with disabilities, and I had the training there too. 8 years. I was a one-on-one assistant teacher. So right there, this that's I learned to work. Kennedy Krieger too. I was also a nanny.
Yeah, yeah. And
Remember
I
that,
know that
right?
you have a lot of participants who have motor challenges, intellectual challenges, behavioral challenges,
Yes.
autism. Um, and I believe you've also had people with hearing and vision, or sometimes both challenges.
Yes, yes. I
And
had the experience to work with them as well. Yes.
and how is a class different for you if you're working with somebody who is hearing or vision impaired?
When I can tell you one experience I had with one individual that came to my class. Um, she she was touching the speaker most of the time, and I that was my first experience. So I was like, oh, she feels the sound. That's awesome. Like that's awesome. But then I was demonstrating the moves, and she was following me, and she kept going, but her mom was right behind her helping, you know. Another experience was this one a client in one of the programs, deaf and blind. He sat on the floor and he would just move his body side to side. So he felt the sound, and today I have another uh, client in the same program. She's blind, but she knows for some reason, like she'll. So I start dancing, and she starts moving. So I get to see that, and I'm like, wow, look at this. Look what they're feeling my energy, and I think that's pretty cool. It's so nice, and that's why I'm able to work with them too, because I know it's all about energy. I can feel it.
It's a lot about energy, but it's also about um, learning how to connect with people that need specific connections.
Yes.
And I remember you've been to some of the Connections Beyond Sight and Sound special topics workshops in the past. And I remember you went to one where we were featuring hand under hand,
Yes.
which is a popular and it's a best practice technique, where instead of taking somebody's hands and forcing them to do something and teaching them by force, you actually put your hands under theirs, and they follow you so that they can get used to what they're doing. They learn what they're doing. And I remember you were intrigued with this, and you went back and you began using it not just with people who have hearing or vision impairments, but with anybody that needed a special connection. And I'm going to show two videos now. They're both of a young man named Gabe. Um, Tell us a little bit about Gabe, when you met him, and what some of his challenges are. And I'm going to pull up these videos to show. I'm going to show the video after you've, so tell us who are we seeing here?
This is my boy Gabe. He was so little, and I remember when he walked into the class, he was just like, "What is going on here? What's up with this?" And mommy, Nicole and Caroline, they were like, "Oh, wait a minute, what is this?" Well, to make a long story short, Gabe just was he was just in it. The minute he saw what he, everyone dancing, the music, it was so loud. He was just in it, and I just observed him. While I was teaching the class, I was observing him because that's what I do. I observe everybody. I'm looking. So I saw him and I said, let me go up to him and introduce myself. He's non-speaking, so I had to somehow know how to communicate with Gabe. Well, guess what? This young man, I just had to look at his eyes, and I knew that when I went to the workshop with you, I thought about him. So I decided to demonstrate this underarm, but at the same time I was still learning. So that video was one of the first videos that if you want to show everyone.
So this is your first attempt at hand under hand, which
Yes.
now the next video we're going to show is the same young man several years later, but I'm going to show this. This is many years ago.
Right. I was still grabbing him there because I was still trying to figure out how to do this, how to do this, how to do this. And there you go. There you go. He was connecting with me. He was trying to figure out what's going on here. What are you trying to do? I love this song. I really love this song, but I want to learn. I trust you.
So as he leaves, you let him go, but you follow him. And when he's ready to reconnect, you connect with him.
Right.
And when he's done, you let him be done. But then he comes back and connects. All right. So this next video, he's a boy here. You ran into him in the community, and he's now a teenager. And when you went up to him and approached him with this hand under hand, he remembered this, and he hadn't been in your sessions in a while. So I'm going to show this next one. Let's find this. And you see him suddenly connect and realize and remember. And I just think that is just beautiful.
It's so emotional to watch because, to be honest with you, it's so spontaneous. It's so beautiful. It's so divine. I don't know what I'm doing, but I kind of know. I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah.
It's a natural feeling.
Just connect at a human level. And what I see as benefits with this program, I mean, there's right there physical, like people with disabilities sometimes because of medical needs or educational needs, we put recreation and physical education almost sometimes takes a back seat. Yes. And you bring it front and center, which is physical wellness promotes mental wellness. So it's actually a beautiful thing that you're doing. It also provides some respite for families. When these young people are with you, they know they're safe. They're in a secure and supportive environment. They're having fun. And parents want to know that for their kids. The other thing that I know about ZamDance is you're not just teaching classes, you're also teaching them empowerment because you also perform. So some of these young people that come to your sessions also go out and perform at parades, at festivals, at the Peace Day event that we have in Maddie's Park every summer. You teach them empowerment. What is that like for them?
Oh my God, it's something that I can tell you, they feel so good about themselves. They want to perform. They it's it's just so powerful, Jenny.
It is. I'm going to show a video. I know I'll go back and forth between the
Yeah,
screens, but I'm trying to keep it
something
big.
very
I have a
powerful.
little clip of one of your performances. And what I really like about this is you're role modeling them and then you step out and they're the lead and you watch the participants, the audience still going wild. And I just think that this is,
And I do that because I want to also see what's going. Look at this. I mean, the beauty. I also want to be that audience.
so here we go.
This is the Down syndrome race for respect in DC. That was we will do the warm up for them.
It's beautiful.
Look at Leslie on the walker. It's amazing.
I'm going to show a real quick clip here. During COVID, you did not stop your classes because I know that you go to schools, you go to organizations, you go to senior centers, you go to community centers. You also host regular sessions on Saturdays and different times that people can just sign up and come. Anybody can come from anywhere, but you've also done online ones before. This is an example of one of your.
Look at them go. Look at them go, even on a screen. It's amazing.
And I know that during COVID, you offered sessions every single day of the week. So
Every
that
day.
people could come, get exercise, be connected, and feel better about life. So let's go to this. This is just at the end of your sessions, you usually take a team picture, which I love your whole selection of team pictures. How often do you host classes?
Every Saturday, from 2 to 3 p.m. at KC Community Center. That's my actual class, you know.
And then you also go other places when invited.
When invited, yes. I go to different location and also birthday parties too. I host birthday parties as well.
I think I've got, actually, here's some pictures of the performances and pictures of the exercise. And when you look at all the faces, I mean, how many people smile when they're doing push-ups? And everybody's always happy in these photos. Everybody's happy.
They're happy to have a strong workout. Like, oh, hi, it's amazing.
Yeah, I see that. And I look at this. This is one of your parties. You had a St. Patrick's Day party. This picture up here, I'm not sure if you can see the second one in. That's actually Dr. Sandy Newcomb, who is one of our experts in deaf blindness and cortical visual impairment. And this is a young lady who's been a part of Connections Beyond Sight and Sound since she was very, very little. And you were invited in to host her 16th birthday party.
Yes.
Her mom and dad posted on Facebook this young lady's response and said she had the best time. Yes, she has dual sensory challenges, but she absolutely loved this one-time party with Jackie Zamora and learning about ZamDance and with her friends. And when I look at all the pictures, everybody's smiling, everybody's happy. I think this is when you first met Gabe, the young man that we saw earlier. And we're going to close it out. Is there anything else that you would like to offer? Anything else that you'd like to share before I wrap up?
Oh yeah, well I'm having I was hosting the nightclub party and then after COVID, I mean when the pandemic happened, of course I had to cancel everything. But the first party was a success. So guess what? We're back. We're back now. I will be hosting the CD nightclub party on Friday, March 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. So we're on. It's gonna be a good party.
Very
So
good. And who is that open to?
to everyone, basically, all my individuals with disability. But if you want to come and volunteer, help me out, then yes, please come because I will need the help. The DJ is going to be a parent, a Sam dad, which I'm so excited about, and it's going to be a white party. So I'm excited about that. March 22nd, and I want the parents to go out and have dinner.
Okay.
And to
Anybody that's watching this after March 22nd, check out Jackie's website, zamdance.com, to find out when the next party is, because this is not a one and done. Jackie does parties, Valentine's parties, St. Patrick's parties, dance parties, get to know each other, parties for teens, parties for young adults. And she also, if people want to bring you to their organization, you travel around and go to other people rather than people just always coming to you.
right.
Well, I want to thank you. I want to thank our sign language interpreter for signing for us today. And I want to thank you, Jackie. And as we're wrapping up, I believe that everybody has a story. And I believe that you help people that have diverse abilities, but also diverse challenges, express their story through dance. No matter what the challenge is, whether they come to you with physical challenges, hearing, vision, behavioral, whatever the challenges that they're facing, whatever it is that makes life a little more difficult for them, you give them a way to tell their story. You help them feel the rhythm, and you help them celebrate life. And what you do is just simply good for the soul. So thank you for being here today. And thank you for reminding us that music is magical, that dance is a source of fun, not just exercise, and that simply celebrating life truly matters. We're going to wrap up with one final video, which I want to leave everybody with your energy. This video it begins with your 10-year anniversary, where you had your dancers come in and be the performers, leading people that came to this event. And then it's just one more Jackie Zamora and ZamDance rap at the very end of it.
And my birthday too, it was my birthday. So it was two celebrations.
Okay. Here we
Those are the twins.
And that's a wrap. So thank you very much. Thank you, everybody that has watched this podcast. Thank you, Jackie, for being here. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for creating ZamDance, for bringing it to the community. Again, anybody that wants to learn more about attending one of Jackie's sessions or bringing Jackie to your community, visit zamdance.com and learn more.
They can also follow me on Instagram at ZamDance or Facebook, ZamDance.
Very good. Thank you. And that's today's podcast.
All right.
Over and out.